Oh, howdy, folks. Oh my god, let me just move this. Okay, it's Saturday night. I watched Clash at the Castle, the WWE pay-per-view. My good buddy Luciano. I came home and fell asleep. Got up, went to get a bottle, and I'm drinking Stella tonight. So let's take a shot. Oh. Okay, let's give some shout outs to my good buddy work Jamal, PJ Scoggins and Necrotic Records, my buddy Christian, my friend, my high school classmate Yvonne, and Lunch Meat VHS. So I'm gonna review two things. I'm gonna review the Inhuman Condition story in Clive Barker's Inhuman Condition. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short stories. I remember when Clive Barker, like when Hellraiser came out, and it says, I have seen the future of horror, and its name is Clive Barker, Stephen King. And Hellraiser's awesome, Nightbreed is awesome, Lord of Illusion is good. What else did they make from Clive Barker? Midnight Meat Train was good. And just, his books had this feeling of just gore and sickness and sex. And there's Mr. Barker right there. And I remember, wow, this guy's totally different. And then I've had his books for years. I've been reading them, and I was like, he's not exactly that either. Because it says, in these 5 billion tales, human hands tear themselves and their masters to start a bloody revolution. Another string unravels dark, hungry nightmares. In a Texas motel room, the living and the dead make love. A palace is built to lure Satan back to Earth, and a powerful aphrodisiac creates ghastly sexual urgings. That sounds pretty crazy. So the one about in the Texas motel room, the living and the dead make love, that was just like a ghost story. It's actually kind of boring. The Age of Desire, it's the one about the ghastly sexual urgings. That one, it was good, and it had some nasty stuff in it, but it wasn't. Actually, fortunately, that it wasn't over the top. There's a part where this guy gets injected with a serum, and it just turns him into a sex crazed maniac, and he's feels like he's burning. There's a part where he fucks a hole in the wall, and at the end he has sex with a dead baboon. But it's not as graphic as it sounds, which is actually good. Whew. And that story, it was good. It was good for a laugh. And I had read that you had Revelations, and I remember that one. I was like, this is pretty boring. But I read the Inhuman Condition, never read it before, and it's only 64 pages, and this one was really good. I was okay. Clive Barker, maybe he's not as great as you would think, but man, Inhuman Condition, I can see the movie in my head. It's about this British, these 3 or 4 young toughs. They beat up a homeless man, and they're going through all the stuff he has in his pockets. And this guy, one of the guys, Carney, he finds a knotted string, and right away he's trying to unravel him, and he goes home and he just spends hours and hours trying to unravel these knots, and it's just, he can't do it. And then 2 of the friends, their leader is has a girlfriend, so the other 2 hey, let's do some crimes on our own, we don't need our leader to lead us all the time. So they go break into a house, but when they're doing that, he does untie one of the knots. He can see light, and it's hypnotizing him. But just every time, there's 3 knots, and every time he can unknot one, a monster appears. And even Clive Barker, he's kind of vague. I don't know. Like, it makes me wonder, can he see what he's writing about? Because the monster, he just describes it as like muddy, a muddy beast, like it stinks. So I was like, okay, I just have to think of it in my own head. So I just saw like a muddy, maybe like not a zombie, but kind of just a mud man, but like zombie-like kind of. That's kind of what I saw with that. And then he like because it kills one of his friends, so he wants to tell his other friend like what's happening, and like he drops the string, and his friend's girlfriend finds it, and she unknots one, and another monster appears. And this one he describes him like skinless, kind of like simian man-like. So I could see that one better, and that was cool. And then the third one, like the bum that they stole it from comes back. He wants the string. And the third one, when they finally unleash it, it's like a baby, like a little monster baby, but it grows, and then all three monsters like form into a man. And it says it was like the bum's brother, and then I was like, man, this is really good. And thinking about it, I was like, man, I just want to tell people about this story. The Inhuman Condition. Yeah, like, I mean, how could, when Clive Barker was like hot, like, how could they not think of like someone like read this and hey, like, I mean, it could be done. It could be like a low budget movie. But yeah, this really like man, like, because I was starting to think maybe Clive Barker isn't as good as like, Hellraiser. The movie's so awesome. And I agree. He has really good ideas, and he definitely. And I've said this before, and like when I reviewed his other stories, he definitely has his own voice. Like it's different from some it's different from 99% other horror writers. He really has his own take and thoughts on stuff. So yeah, this one, like, I remember it's only 64 pages, but I had read like 25, and I was like, okay, and then I read like another 10, and then I was like, okay, I just gotta finish it. I want to know what's gonna happen. And it ends with the guy Carney. He finds like a notepad or a notebook, and it's just got ways to not just for monsters, but like to get rich, make girls fall in love with you, be just destroy. And so I was like, man, it's a good ending. It's a really good story. So if you like have any interest in Clive Barker, I would say read The Inhuman Condition. If you haven't read anything, or just if you haven't read it, read it. Okay, now I'm going to review Scream of the Demon Lover. I ordered this from... I got it right here. I ordered this from Unearthly DVD. And actually, I don't even remember ordering it. I know I started ordering like... I would order like 8 or 10 movies at a time, and then like I was going through them because I have them all together. I was going through the movies I've ordered from him, and I was like, Scream of the Demon Lover? What the hell is this? I was, oh my god, what did I order? And I'd look at it and I'd put it aside, and I was like, what? I don't even remember seeing this. So the other night I was okay, I'll watch like 30 minutes of it. I watched, in chunks. And I liked it. I got into this when I started getting into the Paul Naschy like gothic werewolf horror movies, and they're not about gore, but I don't know, I just like that atmosphere, like Black Sabbath and Black Sunday. So okay, Scream of the Demon Lover, also known as Blood Castle and like Frankenstein's Castle, directed by Jose Luis Bruno. It was an Italian-Spanish co-production from 1970. And starring actress Erna Shure. She's really cute. And like she'll get topless. And I was like, man, who's this girl? Never seen her before. And she did a couple of genre movies and she's always getting naked. So I looked up pictures where I saw one like it's like a sacrifice for Satan or something, and she's like she's got manacles on, she's topless up against the wall. I was like, man, this girl really like had to bear it all to be in movies. So yeah, it really is in that she's like a chemist, and she gets hired by this baron to help him. He's trying to like bring his brother back to life, like he has his remains, like a reanimator type story. But then there's all these like all these girls have gotten killed that go there. So, and then he has like a servant, Olga, and a maid, Christina, I think her name was, and like they're all in love with him, and then she falls in love with him. But then not every night, but there's nights where she gets drugged, and someone like chains her to a table and just talks to her, tells her like she's so pure and perfect. He doesn't want her to be corrupted, but he wants to just maul her. So like, okay, it's a monster. And the first 30 minutes, there's little things in it. Like, there's a part where the maid is jealous of Erna's character, and like, she's like, I'll laugh at your funeral. And Olga hates it too. The guy that takes her to the castle tries to rape her. There's just all these little bits that made it better. It started to drag towards the end. I was like, okay, no one's getting killed. I mean, at the hour mark, that's when stuff finally starts to happen. And then there was actually like a twist. I was like, oh, okay, it's something. It's not exactly how I thought everything was going to go down. And then, yeah, there's no extreme gore. There's no, like whenever I watch a movie, I was like, okay, thrill me. I want to like this movie. And I liked it. It's on YouTube for free. Like, should you watch it? If you like the Paul Naschy werewolf movies, because there's even a part where she finds like a manuscript and it has like drawings of like it's a book called like Lycanthropus. Is there going to be werewolves in this? Or a werewolf? But there isn't. But I was just that like little temptation of like, wow, there could be a werewolf. But I did like it, just because it's got that whole gothic feel. It's like it's still like stuck in like 50s and early 60s horror type, like creepy castle movies. And then it made me think, I'm always going to come back to this, like, this came out in 1970. 4 years later, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out. And I was like, dude, there's such a wide gulf of extremes. This is like, this old tell me a scary story horror movie. And then Chainsaw is just pure terror, horror, depravity, weirdness. So just 4 years, like if you, I mean, it still has that late 60s feel. So yeah, I just want to talk about Chainsaw Massacre and how great it is. But yeah, I always think about, and I was looking at like what horror movies came out in like 71, 72, just nothing except The Exorcist. I can't remember. Last House on the Left for sure is in there, and Hills Have Eyes, but not much. Like everything is like, I think of it as like baby horror compared to Chainsaw. But Screaming the Demon Lover, great title. Yeah, if you like Black Sunday, Black Sabbath, Paul Naschy, if you really like them, I would say give it a shot. It's on YouTube. You don't have to buy it. Quality's not that great. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna finish this beer, take a shot, and work on some stuff. So I'll see you later.